Gen Z leaves church. Why a generation is abandoning traditional faith in America, a country that once prided itself on being a nation under God. A quiet but significant phenomenon is taking place. Gen Z is gradually leaving the church, leaving organized religion, not through loud protests, but through silent choices, not to return, not to continue, not to believe anymore. But why? Why is a young generation growing up amid existential crises, social upheavals, and crises of faith, leaving what has been a spiritual refuge for generations before? 1. Gen Z is a generation of questions, not default beliefs, unlike their parents, who went to church because everyone else did, because it was the right thing to do. Gen Z asks. They want to know, why does a benevolent God allow war, disease, injustice? Why is the church so anti-LGBTQ? Why should I believe something just because it's written in an ancient book? When there's no satisfactory answer, or when the answer is because God wants it, they quietly walk away. No fuss, no rebellion, just no belief. 2. Conservative religion. Gen Z is a generation born into an unprecedentedly globalized and culturally diverse world. They have friends who are Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, transgender atheists, cosmic spiritualists, and they accept it all. Meanwhile, many religious organizations, especially conservative branches of Christianity, have taken a hard line, oppose same-sex marriage, reject gender diversity, see abortion as an unforgivable sin. For Gen Z, religion is no longer a place of love and acceptance, but of judgment and exclusion, and so they quietly leave. 3. The internet and individualism have changed everything. Gen Z no longer needs churches to teach them. They have YouTube, podcasts, TikTok, Reddit, where modern pastors speak the language of the times. A video from a therapist can help them overcome anxiety more than a dry religious sermon. An online community sharing real-life experiences can provide a sense of belonging more than a pew in a church. They don't need religion to define their lives. They are finding meaning for themselves through inner journeys, meditation, art, or simply being authentic to themselves. 4. Churches are no longer relevant to everyday life. As the world is in turmoil, climate change, racism, war, gender inequality, many churches are silent or on the wrong side. Covered up sexual abuse scandals, millionaire pastors living in luxury while their followers starve, sermons that are out of touch with reality, fueling fears of hell rather than healing. While Gen Z craves a place to be understood, listened to, and supported spiritually, churches are increasingly becoming institutions that preserve the past rather than build the future. 5. Gen Z isn't abandoning faith. They're finding a new path. Here's the most important thing. Gen Z hasn't lost its spiritual need. They're still searching for meaning in life, a force greater than themselves, a place to heal their souls. They just don't see the church as a good fit for that anymore. They're looking for meditation, mindfulness, psychological science and spiritual healing, art, music, community connection, and sometimes just silence and compassion. The bottom line, Gen Z isn't leaving God. They're looking for a different God,